So today we're joined by Dr. Manuel Boller, a veterinarian at the University of Melbourne and specialist in emergency medicine and critical care, who joins us to discuss his research on gastric dilation-volvulus, or GDV for short, in dogs. So Manu, what is GDV and how is this condition normally managed by veterinarians?
Thank you for that question. So GDV is an acute life-threatening condition that mostly affects large breed dogs. And what happens with GDV is that the stomach twists and then bloats, and by doing so obstructs major vessels in the abdomen that interrupts blood flow to vital organs and leads to severe shock and ultimately death of the animal if it's not treated in a timely manner. And treatment is pretty straightforward. There's only one option. Typically, it's surgical. So if the animal undergoes surgery in a timely manner, then survival is actually quite good. It's around 80 to 90%. But if the animal does not undergo surgery, there is essentially no effective alternative treatment, and the animal will most likely die.
And what did the results of this study show?
The results showed that non-insured animals were euthanized at a quite high frequency. Actually, around 4 out of 10 animals without insurance were put to sleep as they presented to the emergency room, right? Whereby animals that were protected by pet insurance, which is therefore the animals that economics probably didn't matter that much, only 1 out of 10 animals were put to sleep.
So Manu, why was this study so important to you?
Thank you for asking that. I think that's a really, really good question because I've been an emergency vet now for 20 years or so, and by nature, animals that come into us are typically quite significantly injured, and it comes as a surprise to the owners. And we oftentimes experience owners that are really struggling paying the bills, so that some of our vets at times are, the only option is sometimes to put the animals to sleep humanely so that they not suffer any further, such as like GDVs, but also severely injured other animals, even though we would have the medical tools and opportunities to help those animals, right? So that is a tremendous burden on our vets because they studied for a long time. They are equipped to treat very ill animals, especially the specialists in emergency and critical care, like they do in humans as well, but we can't help the animals and we can't help the owners. It's a really big problem for the mental health of our vets. And sometimes they go almost an entire day, without being able to treat the animals that they really want to treat, depending on which socioeconomic environment they are operating in. So it's a really huge problem for the entire triad of animal and vet and owner. So we need to quantify the problem, I think, and need to find out how big it really is and what options we can do to minimize that issue for the health of the owners, for the health of the animals, but also for the health of the vets.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Manu. We really appreciate you sharing your knowledge and experience with us.
Thanks very much for having me.